Anime is getting banned in Texas. Is that real? Wait, in just Texas? Hold on. Whoa!
Tournaments go on. It's just players get better, and I've honestly been saying this since last season.
Wait! That's big time freedom. A Texas bill that was unanimously passed by state senators will, if it gets instated as actual law, criminalize the possession of any material. Oh, this is different. Depicting a minor in obscene ways. They're banning lolly. I thought they were just blanket banning anime and video games. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know why the headline's saying that. Unless the bill's like COPA, where they like snuck a bunch of shit that doesn't actually do what it says it does in there. Though Senate Bill 20 is structured in a way that mainly points it at a usage of AI software to create this type of material, cartoon or animation are also specified. Some of those popular anime, manga, and games of all time contain these sort of depictions. Depending on how Texan lawmakers feel about the series, a good chance many of the most popular anime and manga series ever could be affected. Seeing as many stories center around people who are high school age, any content that depicts characters who are underage in any way Texas law deems obscene would be committing a felony offense. Oh, I see. So it's trying to argue, like with this headline, that something like Persona 5 would be banned because they're high school students and they go to like the beach and shit. Anyone disagreeing with this is a coomer. Depends on the enforcement of it. Because you could easily make this argument for literally anything. For example, why wouldn't you then target real life things like Degrassi where they're high school students, or Euphoria even? Why not Euphoria? They're depicting high school students having sex and shit. So it all depends on how they're going to enforce it. And those are real life people depicting high schoolers. So it all depends. If they actually target like lolly and shit, sounds good to me. Yeah, no, I just totally understand where it's coming from if that's the actual goal. But if they are going to say like Persona 5 is banned because these high school students go to the beach, well, that's a little extreme. Because then I really think you also need to hit the actual real-life depictions of high schoolers in these shows, like Euphoria. It's intended to be rolled out as an amendment to the Chapter 43 Texas Penal Code, with the section reading as follows. A person commits an offense if the person knowingly possesses, accesses with intent to view, or promotes obscene visual material containing a depiction that appears to be of a child younger than 18 of age engaging in activities described by Section 43.2.1. Regardless of whether the depiction is an image of an actual child, a cartoon, or animation, or an image created using an artificial intelligence application or any other computer software. That said, the activities described by Section 43.2 are by design up to interpretation. Though they can describe the standard acts that would be considered deplorable by most, the definition of obscene material ends with this line. Material or performance that, taken as a whole, lacks serious literary, artistic, political, and scientific value. Things get murky when this is applied to games like Persona. Aside from story arcs that center around sexual exploitation of minors present in the game, both the 4th and 5th entries in the series, Persona also has dating sim mechanics that see the characters getting into romantic relationships. Many of the characters are under 18. Even if the Persona series doesn't show any explicit materials listed in Section 43.2.1 related to minors, dating mechanics are a core part of the story of the game, or for both games. There's a chance that, depending on how Texas interprets the bill, if it were to be signed into law, owning one of these Persona games could be a felony in the state. The same is true of many popular anime and manga series, with many of them depicting high school-age individuals in a light that could be interpreted as sexual. Kill la Kill, Gurren Lagann, Monogatari, Bleach come to mind as examples. Bleach, despite being one of the best-selling anime and manga series of all time, sexualizes high school-age women in the earlier parts of the show. Gurren Lagann features Yoko Littner as a main character, 14-year-old who runs around in a bikini. Monogatari series is on a different level than these examples, though, with a 1,000-year-old vampire depicted as a young child in both... What the fuck is this? I've heard that name before. Depicted as a young child in both the original light novels and anime. Main character Araragi is regularly seen in engaging in explicit acts with underage women or women who look like children, but are above the age of 18 for the plot reasons. The classic. Yeah, so it's just, I guess, the vagueness. Some of the other obvious ones that aren't mentioned here is like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Like Dragon Ball, for example, Goku is a child and he runs around naked in an episode. Goku also lifts up, when he's a child, I think it was Was it Chi-Chi? I don't remember who it was. Lifts up like Chi-Chi's skirt, who was also underage at the time. So those would both be banned. Dragon Ball Z as well, by extension. Oh, it was Bulma? Oh, Pokemon would also have to be banned because of the beach scenes. They should have made it much more pointed. If the idea, and I think the idea, is to tackle, like, making lolly type shit, it should have been pointed at that. But maybe the vagueness is the purpose. One Piece would have to be banned as well, yeah. Rebecca's 16 and she's in a bikini. And Dressrosa. There's a beach scene in Avatar The Last Airbender. Oh, true. Avatar The Last Airbender does have a scene with them in revealing top. That would also have to be banned. They just made it way too vague. Should have been far more pointed. I'm not gonna lie, this is anime. But it's not just anime. It applies to all cartoons as well. So, like, Avatar, by this definition, would also have to be taken into account. They would probably have to do something about Avatar The Last Airbender. Don't think it'll be enforced on those things, only lolly. Like I said, I imagine that's the goal. But it's way too vague. They could, should a need ever arise, be like, okay, nope, no more Avatar The Last Airbender in Texas. No more Dragon Ball. I just feel like they should have made it far more pointed so that way they actually tackle what I think they're trying to tackle. I think Naruto might be banned too because of the sexy clone. Well, yeah, Naruto would 100% be banned. Not only because of the sexy jutsu, but also the scene where they're putting the Nine Tails in the Jinchuriki. It's really vague. It would hit pretty much all anime and a lot of cartoons I can think of off the top of my head. Like just normal cartoons. If you check the definition for the obscene in the Penal Code, Title 9, Chapter 43, Section 43.21, it seems pretty specific to sexual acts or representations. Well, didn't they quote it here? Am I misremembering? Wasn't it this one right up here? Material or performance that, taken as a whole, lacks serious literary, artistic, political, or scientific value. Isn't that where they put that part? Does this take me to the actual code? Oh yeah, it does here. Let's see. Did I spell obscene wrong? Why is it not finding it? It's right here. Oh, I forgot the B. I missed the B in obscene. Obscene means material or performance that the average person applying contemporary community standards would find that, taken as a whole, appeals to the prurient? I've never seen that word. Interest in sex. The fuck is prurient? Depicts or describes patently offensive representations or descriptions of ultimate sexual acts, normal or perverted, actual or simulated, including sexual intercourse, sodomy, and sexual bestiality, or patently offensive representations or descriptions of masturbation. R.I.P. to Big Mouth. Hey, wait a minute. We might be onto something here. Maybe it's about fucking time. Hold on a second. Big Mouth getting the fucking boot in Texas. Hey, hold on. Like Conquest said, you gotta take the good with the bad. Excretory functions, sadism, masochism, lewd exhibition of the genitals, the male or female genitals in a state of sexual stimulation or arousal, covered male genitals in a discernibly turgid state, or a device designed and marketed as useful primarily for stimulation of the human genital organ. Okay, what? And then here's that part, taken as a whole, lacks serious literary, artistic, political, and scientific value. So does this mean, like, this part right here? In Johnny Bravo, there was an episode where he covers himself. So does that mean that also is, by definition, obscene? Or wait, I highlighted the wrong one right here. So like Johnny Bravo would be hit, I think. Well, what about SpongeBob wouldn't matter. Their ages are, well, he is depicted as being like the embodiment of being a kid, and he always has like his ass, well, not always. There's many episodes with him having like his ass cheeks out and stuff as a gag. So wouldn't SpongeBob also get hit? Wouldn't that be obscene? In the SpongeBob movie, Patrick literally has a sign in his ass cheeks. And they're both supposed to be representatives of, like, being a kid. I'm a goofy goober. There's a whole episode about him not wanting to grow up and stay a kid. So wouldn't that, by definition, also apply? It just seems way too vague for what they're going for. SpongeBob's an adult, though. Yeah, but only by plot. You could make, as this bill makes the case of, you can make the same case for those, like, fucking 1,000-year-old vampire lolly weirdos. SpongeBob's clearly an adult. Meanwhile, half the episodes are about him crying about not wanting to be an adult and stay a kid, eating grandma's cookies, and how Squidward always talks about them being kids. So this excuse doesn't fly. I feel like that one probably wouldn't either. He has a job. So do the 1,000-year-old vampires that look like 10-year-olds. Very interesting. I guess we'll see how they enforce it. I can't imagine they're actually just going to start hitting like SpongeBob, Avatar The Last Airbender, Naruto, Dragon Ball, Bleach, Persona 5. There's no way. I highly doubt it. It's probably just worded really vague. Simpsons would 100% be banned. Yeah, they show Bart's pee-pee in the movie. Yeah, Simpsons would not make the cut for sure. And Family Guy. Oh yeah, and South Park. Yeah, actually. Yeah. How is it enforced? I have no fucking clue. I imagine it's just going to be reserved for, like... To me, it seems more like an AI thing. It seems like that's the big thing. They don't want people making AI child porn. That, to me, seems to be what it's actually targeting. But because it's written so vaguely, it can you can extend it to things like fucking Dragon Ball, Simpsons, Family Guy. Like, you can legally try and extend it to that, but it seems like the main thing it'll be used for is this. That's the impression I get from just reading it for a little bit here.